All right, thank you, Lester. You are known as the curriculum officer in the TVET unit. So this week there has been a firestorm of responses to CXC's decision to suspend their offering of CSEC agricultural science, electrical and electronic engineering, mechanical engineering, and CAPE green engineering. Now, these are TVET related subjects. What is the response of the TVET unit to this decision taken by CXC, particularly as the Ministry of Education is on the brink of transforming the 4 secondary schools into TVET focus institutes?
I am glad that you started this question on the right path, noticing that they are in fact TVET subjects. TVET subjects have long been integral in our curriculum, providing students with practical skills and also knowledge that are essential for not just their personal development, but for the labor market. I know that it was a business decision, but there is also something called corporate social responsibility, and I think that especially as a nation, by extension CARICOM, these are some of the subject areas and these are some of the skills which are needed to help us meet some of our sustainable development goals.
Yes.
Okay, we do need engineers, okay, and especially now that we hear people speak of climate smart agriculture, climate resilient buildings and structures. These are the very skills that are needed. And I will also speak as a parent, that your child comes to you, hey daddy, I want to be an engineer, and that child might be in Form 3, Form 4. What do I say to them? So what will happen is that it would limit opportunities for students who want to explore and also develop skills in this field. Out of every problem, personally, this is one of my personal beliefs, out of every problem, there are opportunities. And I see this as an opportunity for us as a St. Lucian nation, and by extension CARICOM, that we do not put all of our eggs in one basket, which we have been doing for the longest while. And that's a basic rule of thumb. This is a time now where we can explore other areas such as our NVQs so that we can address some of these issues, because we cannot say that we are done with engineering, agriculture, and for so long we have been speaking of food security. Which is good.
Especially after COVID, this was something that was needed more so in the society.
Yes, but we also need to look at it further, not just food. We need to try to seek to provide security in other aspects, such as education, human resource. So we need to be able to secure ourselves so that when things like that happen, let's say CXC decides, hey, I am not going to offer this subject anymore. We need to be able to have other options. And that is one of the pillars of TVET, in the sense where it's not just one path to success. Yeah. And we have been on that path for the longest while, where we have had only one area where students can be exposed to different skills. So this is now a chance for us now to further develop our NVQs and our CVQs so that we can meet some of these problems.
CXC claimed that it was due to low enrollment. Do you think that we should disenfranchise a portion of society, not just as students, but also as a society that demands on some of these disciplines for work and for service? If the enrollment is low, what do you think we could do to alleviate that problem, should it be the problem?
But to look at that deeper field, when you look at the issue of low enrollment, you need to look at it in the sense that, is it low enrollment in and of itself that is the
problem? Yeah.
Is it not maybe a marketing issue? Maybe sensitization issue? Where we can try to make it more attractive to, let's say, potential students. Because we all know right now that the modern day child is very hands-on. And a lot of these areas, to be honest, whilst they do have practical aspects, but they are very theoretical. So maybe it's time that, we need to look at not just the low enrollment in and of itself, but we need maybe to look at why. the low enrollment, and maybe we can look at changing the way that we approach some of these subject areas and make them more practical as well as more inclusive, rather than just taking the stand from a business standpoint, which I do understand as a business person myself. But like I said earlier, there is also something called
Corporate social responsibility.
Corporate social responsibility, and it is not just for the hotels and for the large corporations. It is also for those who are supposed to be responsible to be the accreditation agency for our schools.
Now,
You understand?
yes, it is perhaps a business move, but from your knowledge, from your observation, were these subjects well performing?
When you look at, there are certain schools who you would always get enrollments as well as passes in these areas. We have a lot of our comprehensive schools, namely Viewford Comprehensive, Castries Comprehensive. I also have siblings who actually went to some of those schools, came out with passes in these subjects. Agriculture, we have always had schools doing agriculture, but I know it is the double award.
The double award, yes.
But over the years, I know that we have always had good performance. I don't think it was a performance issue.
It was strictly an enrollment
issue. It was
issue.
an enrollment issue from the press release and from the statements that has been put out there. And my main issue is, I do not think that it is just enrollment in and of itself that might be the issue, but we need to look at the why and maybe look at the ways in which we can market or we can sensitize students as to the need to pursue these subject areas.